Thank you everyone for tuning into this video and to this channel. So this video is going to be a planetary / energy / astrological forecast for the week of November 27, 2018. So let's get right into it. Hey everyone, so this week we have the week starting off with the Sun, Jupiter, Mercury, all in Sagittarius, close stellium conjunction. What does this mean? This full moon that just occurred on the 22nd of November, there was that Jupiter-Sun conjunction, right? That meant higher self, Jupiter, the crescent of personality, above the cross of matter, the higher mind, the higher self, taking on the driver's seat, or there coming a time where there's this actual merging or aligning of the self, the will, the spirit, the sun, and the higher self, Jupiter. Now fast forward to this week, starting off, now Mercury, the mind, enters into the equation. That being the logical mind, the intellect, the reasoning, the data processing abilities. If Jupiter is higher mind, higher self, this intuitive understanding of the cosmological reality, at the opposite end of the spectrum is Mercury, the logical mind, detail-oriented, deductive, reasoning, intellect. So now both of them are in Sagittarius with the sun. Sagittarius, the arrow pointing heavenward, symbolic for the phase that we're in at this time of the year, being coming out of Scorpio season, walking into Sag, looking for belief systems, spiritual paths, seeking the truth, seeking cosmological belief systems and frameworks that'll give us a sense of understanding and security, because we know our context and how we fit into this world. This is Sagittarius. That's why it rules philosophy, spirituality, higher learning, because it reflects aspect of ourselves that seeks to understand the cosmological and to liberate the lower self into the higher nature. So the intellect, Mercury, Jupiter, the higher self, spirit, the sun, all conjunct within this is emphasizing that through our going into this phase of this evolutionary impulse of Sagittarius, which is to seek to understand and to communicate, to seek an explanation for our own cosmology, the cosmology of humanity and self, seeking that aligns our intellect and our higher mind and our spirit. It merges. It's almost like the access point for that merging of our intuition, higher mind, and our logical abilities, left brain, right brain, will be actualized when we enter this gateway of Sagittarius, which is that arrow pointing heavenward. Liberate yourself of your lower nature, basically. Be that centaur like Chiron. This is really important too. Something I wanted to speak about is it's so synchronistic that there's this conjunction, this stellium in Sagittarius back to back being hit upon, being emphasized. When we have the North Node in Cancer, in the later degrees of Cancer, right? This just began, this nodal change from Leo to Cancer, North Node, evolutionary path of the collective, establishing our emotional security within, is forming a perfect exact trine with Chiron in Pisces. Chiron, again, the centaur, it's connected to Sagittarius. So the Chiron is being strengthened by that North Node. There's this emphasis, Sun, Mercury, Jupiter, all in Sagittarius. There's an opportunity. There's an emphasis. This is reflecting how through going through this gateway of Sagittarius, liberate yourself of your lower nature, seek higher spiritual paths to give meaning to your reality, right? This is all Sagittarius, which, you know, will evolve our left brain, right brain, Mercury, Jupiter minds, and integrate it into the self/sun. That is supporting that trine between North Node and Chiron. And that's reflecting our collective evolutionary path of establishing their emotional security within North Node, Cancer, activating that healer within Chiron Pisces. And the connection seems vague, perhaps, but just think about that Chiron, half human, half animal creature, an archetype, Chiron, the centaur, being supported by the North Node, the evolutionary path of the collective. And two, being strengthened here by the sun in Sag, Mercury in Sag, Jupiter in Sag, creating this, I feel like this upgrade of the left brain, right brain, upgrading in our attempt, in our efforts to liberate ourselves from our lower nature. They become merged and activated, and this different aspect of self becomes known. And I feel that trine between the North Node evolutionary path and the Chiron in Pisces being in trine when this is occurring at the same time is not a coincidence, it's synchronicity. They support each other. You know, as astrologers, all of us, when we learn astrology, in our attempts to learn astrology, in looking at your own chart or other people's, or like this, we look for patterns, right? And this pattern here is showing this emphasis, this support, this you would say maybe this harmony and support and emphasis on the Chiron / healer / aspect of self that attempts to liberate the self from the lower nature. Chiron, the centaur, becoming the healer through this ability to heal the self and to liberate the self from the lower nature is mainly the theme, I feel, with these two emphases. So that stellium in Sagittarius between the Sun, Jupiter, Mercury is starting to form a square, a 90-degree angle between that energy and Mars Pisces. This energy started forming actually on the 22nd of November when we had the full moon. Mars Pisces was forming a very loose 90-degree angle with both luminaries, the moon in Gemini and the sun in Sag. And right now it's continuing to form and will become exact on the 2nd of December. But right now there's still that buildup. And it includes that whole little stellium, Jupiter, Mercury, Sun in Sag. Between that and Mars Pisces, what does this mean? What I intuitively feel that this 90-degree angle between Pisces, Mars, and this stellium energy in Sag, specifically the sun in Sag, is reflecting is this journey into delusion versus alignment. This is one of the main lessons, you can say, or obstacles and challenges of Pisces. Pisces is either, you know, the self that is totally in alignment, walking that path, doing the work, feeling that oneness with source, or the flip side coin of Pisces is the escapist, the drug addict, the junkie, the drunk, like the lustful human, gluttonous, just escapist in general, you know, and the whole drug addict thing also comes into play because, again, escapism, wanting to dissolve the sense of self into this kind of just blurring the sense of ego, right? And at the same time, the more mystical, higher aspect is also dissolving the boundaries of self and all, you know, just feeling that unity with self and the all in all is also being expressed in that. So in either which case, whether quote unquote destructive, negative, or positive and constructive, this energy with Mars in it is seeking alignment with self. It all depends on where you're at and your state of evolution and your own spirituality and the choices that you've made and are making. But the themes of this archetype Pisces is to fall into alignment, to experience unity and oneness with Source. So here, Mars, energy outward, the energy that we act upon, our desires, are actually taking on this Pisces nature. How interesting, right? Visionary, very wanting to seek the spiritual path, to experience our own personal will. Mars, energy, as an extension of Source, of the Creator / Neptune. And on the 6th of December, Mars creates a conjunction, exactly merges, aligns with Neptune. This is powerful stuff. That feels like a very strong day for some fucking magic, dude. Like Mars, the personal will, the energy of the self, the microcosm, aligning with Neptune, the cosmic sea, the cosmic ocean, in the sign of Pisces. Very potent, very strong. So the main lessons of this Mars Pisces energy is, you know, steer away. So the evolutionary journey, desire, impulse of Mars in Pisces is to clear away confusion and to feel aligned with Source, to clear away any delusions and fantasies that are not truth and that are fiction, that we might be falling for. So that's why one of the main archetypes and keywords for Pisces is disillusionment, because through experiencing that, you actually, you know, find out what's truth and what's actually there at the core, what's actually truth, right? So you're in alignment and you're walking your path. You're actually dealing with what is the spiritual reality. So Mars in Pisces is about clearing away that confusion and disillusionment and falling into alignment with Source. That energy is almost like a drawing into the internal world, into the inner world, right? You're turning back inward, separating yourself from any desires of anything in the outside, in the physical, material, physical reality. That's why that natural orientation to draw inward is naturally creating a square, a 90-degree angle, a tension, a challenge with that energy of Sagittarius, because Sagittarius wants to expand and go in every single direction. Pisces wants to go back inside. So there's this tug and pull, this need and desire to want to experience a bunch of shit. And at the same time, this Mars Pisces wanting to just kind of be a little bit more quiet, wanting to just tone it down, not be so wild, get kind of in tune with the self, listen to the self, follow the intuition, want to be alone a lot. Pisces energy finds it very draining to be around a lot of people. So Mars Pisces is maybe putting you in this phase of kind of like drawing inside and wanting to just kind of do your own work, do your own path. Make some art, make some poetry, you know, be creative, feel like a channel for Source, feel like an extension of Source in whatever desires or tasks you are up to that's individual to you. So that's mainly the energy of that square. Something else that's been going on for weeks and that's still going on is that grand square between Uranus, Aries, Venus, Libra, and the lunar nodes. This again is emphasizing this revolution that we're all currently in, Uranus, in Aries, that we're all embodying. We're learning about ourselves, discovering of self, discovering of our own self-genius is Uranus, Aries energy. That is causing all this internal shifting, transformation, revolutionary that's being reflected in our relationship. That's why there's so much impermanence in our relationships. And that's why there was so much craziness with that Venus retrograde, and even still, because it's still, as we're going through inner transformations, that's being reflected in the relationships, which just reflects a lot of impermanence, and that's totally cool. Anybody that's aligned with our frequency will stick, and that's the people that we build communities and networks with, right? And the squaring these two energies, Uranus, Aries, Venus, Libra, squaring 90-degree angles with the lunar nodes, it's just representing that this revolution of self reflected in our relationships is letting go of a lot of old past ways of being South Node in Capricorn and embodying new ways of self-care and taking care of ourselves / North Node Cancer. So with Neptune going direct this last week, this grand trine about to form again on the 6th of December between Mercury in Scorpio, North Node Cancer, Chiron Pisces, and this alignment between Mars and Neptune in Pisces in the 2nd of December. Again, I'm just bringing up the facts that like Pisces Neptune energy is being like, you know, emphasize, back to back. We gotta like be like, okay, universe is trying to tell us something. This is a moment to embody that Sagittarius energy that will help us activate that Pisces energy. What do I mean? Arrow pointing heavenward is Sagittarius, right? Liberate yourself from your lower nature. Be like that centaur, that Chiron energy. I feel like Chiron is like almost like our key right now. Chiron, the centaur, half human, half of soul, consciousness, spirit, half animal, this body with our bodily senses and desires and needs and wants that want self-gratification, right? Through embodying that Chiron energy, through realizing, yeah, you know, I got these bodily senses, I want some self-gratification, but what is truly in alignment with myself? What is true joy and true passion? And what does it mean to channel this creative energy of source? To use it for healing of self and of others, Chiron / Pisces, is I feel like one of the main evolutionary lessons with this energy. So that pretty much sums up the energy for the week. Again, it seems like Neptune Pisces seems to be emphasized with Mars in Pisces, and then coming into a conjunction with Neptune on the 2nd of December, and with this conjunction stellium between Sun, Jupiter, Mercury on Sag, emphasizing the centaur archetype, and then Chiron, the centaur.